Hi, grade 8s. Welcome back to your band lab. This is our second lesson. Our first lesson involved us writing the lyrics we need in order to be able to do this lesson. So have those nearby or just have them in the file that you save them on because that's actually what we're going to be using. So today, what we're going to try and do is tackle a problem that we had last time. So if you remember, when we were trying to record, I'm sure this happened to almost all of you, when you put in all your tracks with all your music, your drums, your beats, your bass, your synth, and then you tried recording your voice over it, there was a lot of freezing, there was a lot of just jitteriness from your computer. And that is a very common problem to have. That's because of a lack of processing power. And it's not a problem that's just unique to people like us. It happens to a lot of people. That's why you have to get very powerful computers, which luckily they're very accessible, but they can be just a little bit pricey. So you sometimes see people coughing up $10,000, which is $1,000,000 on a computer just simply because of its specifications. But we don't have $10,000. But what we do have is our minds, and we can be creative in trying to figure out this problem. So what you're going to do is open up your door, click on, just forget all of this stuff, just click on the door itself and it will open up. Then go to where you have your MP3 file downloaded and then just drag and drop. Now you'll hear it echoing like this. So if that ever happens to any of you, all you have to do is go to source and click monitoring, just in case that happens to any of you. All right. Now, what we're going to do is, so this is just simply the track. Now, before we continue, the BPM of it is 85. So so it can be in sync with our metronome, change it to 85. Okay. So 85 BPM and boom, our track is at 85 BPM, just so you can get the beginning clicks in time with it. And if it opens up here saying adjust, don't adjust because the track is already at 85 BPM. Right now it will think that, oh, it's at 120, maybe we should take 85, so it'll actually slow it down. So just click don't adjust. All right, make sure it's all the way at the back and yeah. All right, so there's our track. Now, the point of this is all my bass, my synths and everything, I made them here in BandLab and then I exported them as an MP3 file and I brought it here. So that means our computer is going to use very little processing power in order to actually process this as we're trying to record. So that's going to be our cheat code. And that's our creativity that's plugged in without having to spend 1,000,000 shillings. All right, now we're going to actually perform our rap track onto this backing track. So what we're going to do is click add track, go to voice mic. And the point of this today is I want you to try and get a high quality vocal recording. So that means make sure you can try and find the best mic in your house. If that's a podcast mic, if that's the mic on your earphones, iPod earphones are pretty good. So if many of you have those, then go ahead and use it. What else can you use? If you have a microphone, like what I'm using, and you have like an audio interface that you can plug that microphone into, even better. Your laptop microphone can work. The only problem is if you're trying to record it as you're listening to the track, that's going to be a bit of an issue because your microphone will also pick up its own speakers, and you don't want that. You want to have only your voice and not what the microphone is also removing as sound, what your laptop is removing as sound. So once you have your mic opened up, click source, check to see if it's in the right place. Here, you click here. Right now, you can choose the internal microphone. I'm using this audio interface. Then if you want to hear yourself, you can click monitoring, but it will bring this echoiness. So that can be it can be a major distraction, and can prevent you in getting a good recording because unless you have that's called latency. Yeah? So unless you have zero latency, I wouldn't suggest not using it because it will really throw you off when you're trying to record your voice because it'll always be like a second behind or a second forward. Now, in order to get a high quality recording, here's your gain. Now, as I adjust this, notice how here this meter goes higher and lower. Okay? And this is the same control. So notice how when I'm moving here and this one, they move together. All right, so if I take it low, so now it's right there. It's kind of there. It's not in the yellow. I need a bit hotter so I can actually be heard. All right, so I'm going to take it nice and high. But you have to make sure you don't redline. You don't want it to redline. That's called clipping. Yeah, I mean, this is just a quick run through what we did last time. But just try and get your best quality recording. There's nothing better than getting a good source. So make sure your microphone is good. All right, now let's go ahead for our recording. Let's open up our lyrics and notes. I talked about my friend called Charlie, and I'm going to try and put it forward into this backing track. So with my 85 beats per minute, let's record. Song about Charlie and I, Mr. Man, let go. Charlie and I used to ride the bus. Those boys better have a seatbelt on. It's how the driver knew us. Went to high school together, but didn't remember the X plus Y would have to say. But by down in biology, water, and astrology, Charlie used to say, I wanna rock in geography. But Charlie's in a factory making chocolate calories. The people will remember that Charlie ain't just a fella who wandered his way through the office domain, waiting for a paycheck that would drive him insane. Instead, he tried to make it, selling candy in school, telling each of us that his chocolate milk will make its way into the principal's room. Voila, Charlie might be a strange guy. Bro. Charlie's got that chocolate fro from Ghana all the way to Cairo. All right, so let's listen back to it and see how it sounds. Song about Charlie and I, Mr. Man, let go. Charlie and I used to ride the bus. Those boys better have a seatbelt on. It's how the driver knew us. Went to high school together, but didn't remember the X plus Y would have to say. But by down in biology, water, and astrology, Charlie used to say, I wanna rock in geography. But Charlie's in a factory making chocolate calories. The people will remember that Charlie ain't just a fella who wandered his way through the office domain, waiting for a paycheck that would drive him insane. Instead, he tried to make it, selling candy in school, telling each of us that his chocolate milk will make its way into the principal's room. Voila, Charlie might be a strange guy. Bro. Charlie's got that chocolate flow from Ghana all the way to Cairo. All right, so that came out pretty well. Just there was a little static somewhere, but that's nothing to worry about. So that's what we're up to for this week. I want you to drag in the fully completed MP3 file. Try and get a good sounding mic. And this time we're not singing it, we're rapping it. You can also say it as a poem and have it as a backing track. But I just want you to have some rhythmic vocal elements that work with the track, all right? So it has to kind of flow with it has to work with it, and not just be a plain thing that sounds like a speech. So go ahead, find a good mic, and let's record this thing. If you have your lyrics, it shouldn't take more than 5 minutes. So give it your best, and I am looking forward to seeing what you guys have in store. I really liked some of your lyrics, so I want to see how you put it together and put the rhythmic elements down. All right, grade 8, have fun working at this, and I will see you again next week.